Liandre Gottete-Gius.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Let's go, baby. How y'all feeling this morning? Come on, give it up for everybody in the chat this morning. We live, baby. Let's go, man. I'm hyped this morning. Listen, we're working. I'm excited. Listen, I just woke up probably like 3 o'clock this morning, and I have not been asleep. I have been working on some content for y'all. I've been working on some layouts, things of that nature. Welcome into the chat this morning on the Coach Smook Morning Show. A long time since we've done an actual morning show. So let's get into it, man. I'm ready to get into the conversation today. I want to do this format as, you know, live show style. We might open the phone lines depending upon the topic of conversation and how everything flows. Welcome in, everybody. What's up, Jason? What's up, Zach? Good to see y'all, man. Welcome in, AAA family. Good to see y'all. Shout out to my brother, Cy Gaddy, man. He's been checking in on the youth, not on the YouTube side, on the Facebook side. This is his clothing apparel brand, man. This has been a steady part of my get up over the last few weeks since I got this hat. I'm about to get some more apparel out here to promote for him. Y'all make sure y'all support once we start getting everything set up. But go check out his Instagram. You see, if you go to my Instagram, you see it on my page. Go check it out, man. Some quality apparel, support. He's part of the Coach Smook Network as part of our brand apparel partner. So appreciate him for allowing me. But y'all see Kingdom up there. Also, my parents' clothing apparel brand is the faith-based brand. Y'all check them out too, man. I can get y'all all that info, man. Y'all know we got the hookup with Mom and Pop Smook. And then just everything else, continue to support the Crimson Tide, continue to support your teams, helping these college athletes. I got in a conversation about some NIL stuff. We're going to possibly have that conversation towards the end of the show, but I think you guys are going to be interested about some of the things that's surrounding, you know, the college recruiting landscape as a whole, man. I really think we need to continue to educate the masses, especially in the college football landscape. We need to continue to educate everybody because this game, this recruiting game, can get real muddy if we continue to just allow things to happen without it being held accountable, and then it'll continue to diminish the game that we love. But shout out to Jordan in the chat, man. What's good? AAA family is in the chat. Yes, they are. How is everybody doing this morning, man? I know we had a great show yesterday, post spring practice, and I've already been getting people, and it happened. Same thing happened last year, and I think this is a recurring thing. And if this continues to happen, this allows me to continue to believe that we are on the right track here at the Coach Smook Network. and that we're doing the right things, man. We're doing the right things to get you all the correct information. And so we're going to dive into the topic, discussing, just kind of digesting all of the reports from yesterday's spring practice and spring scrimmage. I think it was a great scrimmage, man. After going back and kind of really digesting the evaluation standpoint, from an evaluation standpoint, I think this was probably one of the better scrimmages that I've seen at Alabama in some years. You know, in some years, like just from what I knew from A-Day coming up till last year as a team reporter, and then this year just kind of seeing what I see. It's quality. It's a quality scrimmage. The format, I think, is going to be beneficial in the long run. A lot of fans aren't a fan of the new 8A spring practice, open practice, which is what it is. I hope we change it to the 8A spring practice, viewing. Like it's not a game. It doesn't need to be a game. And I really think people just need to understand the valuing that's going to help create, man. This is an opportunity, now that you have it as an open practice. No sound. Somebody said no sound. Is everybody getting sound? Can y'all hear me? Thumbs up. Can y'all hear me? I know y'all ain't been sitting here let me talk and we ain't got no. I know I got audio. We got audio, chat. What's up, chat? Talk to me. Okay, Jason, I'm good. Yeah. All right. I figured. That's Carlos, y'all. He's the be trying to check me as an inside. Anyway, but yeah, so going back to what I was speaking on, I think this is just a whole different aspect of what we bring to the game as far as staying ahead of the curve in college football. This is an opportunity for, let's think about it. We already have recruits show up for A-Day, right? Now we can go ahead and elevate this. Now your GMs, your NFL execs, all of them are open to this open practice, right? And it's just a whole nother landscape to be explored, with NIL being such an impact and not having the parameters it's needed. Let's maximize its capabilities and not allow it to go to waste, right? What universities and programs can really allow my son the opportunity, right, to really make it to the pros, make it to the NFL? Because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure every college football athlete that steps on the field, their goal is to try to make it to the pros. Nobody just says, I want to go to college football and then that's it. No, people have aspirations. And then there's a realization at some point during that college football career, what level or what the path is going to take to try to get to that NFL level. And there's realistic statistics that show that, this can be beneficial. At the end of the day, it can be beneficial. But yeah, that's what's up, everybody. We're going to jump into that, but also reacting to Alabama's victory over BYU. A good game. Finally, a complete game from our Alabama Crimson Tide. We're going to get the stats up for that and just kind of react to a breakdown who our next round matchup is going to be up against and how Alabama should fare in that matchup. I think this team has finally figured it out on the defensive end. I wish we can keep up that same intensity on attacking the boards defensively like we did in the second half last night. But overall, I think we finally played a closer, not a complete game, closer to a complete game that I believe this team can play if we dial in defensively. And our defense, and I keep saying this, I said this last night, I'm going to keep saying this, our defense is our tempo pace offense. That's our defense. I can understand, I can take a 40% shooting night, overall percent shooting night, if we shot 79, 80 shots, right? Because 9 times out of 10, that means we're forcing turnovers or we're speeding the pace up. If they're slowing it down, we're doubling possessions, right? And last night we saw a volume shooting night. We saw a pace on the offensive end. We saw, where we were limited in our half court sets, right? We saw the shooting was effective, right? Going to get into that. Hold on, Mary J. We're gonna go into this is just our opening segue. We got Mary J in the back on the ones and twos. Yeah. Go back to the original. Do like a 10-minute opening segue to give everybody a chance to dive in, and then we open up with conversation. So go back to the original. Let me see. It's our first live, y'all. Our first live on the ones and twos. Did you change it? Oh no, original. Let me move it to the top for you. Here we go. All right. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. We were talking about Mark Sears broke records. We had crazy shooting night. Not just Mark Sears crazy shooting. Aiden Holloway hit some big shots. Chris Youngblood hit some big shots. Grant Nelson being aggressive, attacking the rim. Last night, Cliff Omanyari in the defensive side presence. Aiden, was it Sherelle? Playing big time minutes. Like, this team is coming together. They're playing confident. I think LeBaron Filing calming down in the second half really helped us out, gave us a boost. Turnovers. What was our turnover numbers? You know, we got to open up numbers. So we're going to get into that conversation. We're going to open up with that. And then we're going to close the show out. Probably just open the phone lines up for the last 15 minutes. And if you all want to get on the phone line, man, if it gets to ringing and gets hot, we'll keep it open for longer. But we want to take about 15 minutes just to try to hear everyone out. We all know we got to hear from Zach. But if you want to call in and you want to talk about spring football, what you was hearing, I don't mind a little debate this morning. You know, we've done that before on the show, and I kind of missed that. I think people have gotten scared, man. They scared to voice their opinion out loud and disagree on live. That don't mean I don't. Just because we disagree on the point or we have difference in views, don't mean I don't like you. Don't mean you can't comment in the chat. Don't mean just because we have a difference in opinion doesn't mean, you know, you have no voice. All right. So when we open the phone lines, be encouraged, man. Jump in on the phone lines, get on the Coach Smook call-in show. Let me put you in the game. Let's get your voices heard. I miss getting some clips, man. We used to get some quality clips from some of our callers, man. Yeah, I remember our Fairweather fans used to call in. We got to go and find the Fairweather fans, man. That's some quality entertainment right there. Pure entertainment. I know you're watching. Anyways, chat, welcome to the Coach Smook Morning Show. Can't wait to get into it. Let's jump into the first segment of the show here on the Coach Smook Network. Time to get in the game, baby. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Put some fire in the chat if you ready, man. Put some fire in the chat if you ready. Let's go.
You're talking about Jalen Milroe and the Pips?
The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
Not going to take us a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, hopefully y'all feeling good this morning because I know I am. Listen, so I'm gonna try something real quick. I need y'all to bear with your boy real quick. I want to try something real quick. All right. So I'm gonna do this transition, right? And I don't know if it's gonna work right, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see, all right. We're gonna see. Don't laugh if it don't work right. Y'all better not laugh. All right. I know something. If it don't work right, I know y'all better not laugh. Because if y'all laugh, I'm gonna be mad. You know, when I get mad, I get sad. I'm just playing. Let me stop. All right, here we go. Boom. 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 Bama ball. Bama ball. Okay, we did it. All right, let's go. Get that banner up there, Mary J. Let's do it, chat. Come on, clap it up. Clap it up. We did it. It looks good, don't it? Don't it look good? Can we clap it up in the chat? Don't it look good? It look good, chat. It look good. If I must say so myself. If I must say so myself. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking. All right, so jumping into the topic of conversation from last night, man. I cannot say enough about how this team performed on both ends of the floor. I know we have the NCAA record as the title and everything, but this team played a complete game. Let me get into the stats, man. I'm gonna pull up the box score from last night with Bama versus BYU. All right, I'm out working now. And to go in there and beat a quality team like BYU by 25 points, man. It tells you that this team was dialed in on both ends of the floor. Let's look at these team stats. Let's open up the team stats first. Let's share this screen. Y'all like that beat, don't it? I don't know how loud it is for y'all, but for me, it's my beat, bruh. Yeah. Every time, dog. For me, it beat every time. Don't it? Tell the truth, y'all. Am I fine? All right. So what we got going on right now? Hold on. I got two screens being shared right now. Oh, that's just how it look. I was about to say that looked like two screens being shared. All right, so looking at the box scores, everybody, let's jump into it. Let me move the logo out the way. All right. So we got the shooting percentage, just overall. Anytime you get a team like Bama, and you're shooting anywhere near 42, 43%, the amount of shots that we get up as a squad. Overall field goal percentage of 53% in the game. BYU shot quality too. They actually got more shots up, to be honest. Let's look at that. They shot a quality game. We just hit more shots. We really separated in the 3-point game. Look at the free throw percentage from both teams. This is what you get in the tournament, in the NCAA tournament. When you get down to it and you get into the teams that play quality ball and they're trusting in their schemes and their philosophies, this is what you get. You'll see a team that's used to getting a high volume of 3-point shots up, right? High volume of threes. Alabama shot 51 threes last night. 51 threes. And to some, they'll be like, ain't no way. But look what it forced BYU to do because Alabama was shooting threes. BYU is not a high volume 3-point shooting team. It forced them to get outside of themselves. BYU came into this game as one of the higher percentage 3-point shooting teams, correct? Am I not correct? They were definitely in the top 20, right there along with Alabama. But their volume of shots was nowhere near the amount of attempts that they to achieve that percentage was nowhere near where Alabama's was. What's up, Antonio? Welcome in. So you go and you play a up-tempo game, right? You go and play an up-tempo game and you get your volume shots. We literally talked about this yesterday. You got to keep the tempo, Nate Oates. Your half-court sets aren't going to work against teams that want to body up and get on the glass. Play physical, yes. When you're on the defensive side, assert your physicality, right? When you go up tempo and you get caught in half-court sets, they need to be in motion, in phase, so that you can get quality shots at the rim that force them to crash in the paint, and then you kick out and you do what you do best, and that's shoot the three. And we saw that. We saw them trust their shots. Out of the 51 threes, can somebody give me point out 3 or 4 bad ones? Let's talk about bad threes, not misses, but bad threes. Because if I go back and I remember watching the game, you all saw me tapped in. I went to a great spot last night. I forget the name of it, but it's a spot downtown Montgomery. Oh my God, it was so nice. Nice crowd. Older crowd, Alabama fans. I think if they tap in this morning, shout out to them. Had a few of them subscribe to my channel. They showed love, But yeah, we had a good time last night. 25 of 51. Anytime you could shoot 50%, that's 75 points right there, man. That's going to be hard to keep up with. Some teams are scoring 75 points with threes and twos. We were able to do it from the 3-point line last night and still get in the paint. Get 10 shots out of there. So this is a crazy game, man. 18 of 21 from the free throw line. Both teams doing good from the free throw line. Like I said, the rebounds, anytime we play close in the rebound numbers is going to give us a chance. That means we can't lose the rebound battle, right? What's up, Deborah? Man, listen. Anytime Alabama, this team, because we have length, but we don't necessarily have the depth and experience with our bigs. What's up, Robert? Roll Tide, welcome in. Drop a like over there on Facebook if you're checking in, man. I keep forgetting to check in with Facebook. I'm sorry, y'all. Facebook is usually just a promotional platform. If you really want to get interactive and involved with the community, jump on the YouTube side. But yeah, so looking at these numbers, man, just keep scrolling. We got the assist numbers. Like I said, ball movement was essential to the type of shots that were made. A lot of driving kick outs, a lot of, extra passes that open up the shot, a lot of high screen delays, right? A lot of patience in the high screen and roll action by our bigs yesterday. Great off ball play by Grant Nelson, Cliff Omanyari, Sam Diabate. All them boys, man, play quality. Jaren Stevenson played quality off ball. And something that I said is, when you're playing up tempo with this team, you don't have to think when you're in transition and you're running your lane, right? And you don't get the kick out, right? You don't get the pass to the 3-point line. You don't get the set shot. It's natural for you to just move to the opposite corner. And if you have that and you know that you're the down screen man on the block like we seen last night, and you got high screen and roll action, it's not a thought process. It's just naturally flowing like that. You got your big, whether your big is the one that got the rebound, he gives it to the guard, he's trailing. You come in, guard, you don't have the open lane or you don't have the open shot, you pull up, or you don't have the kick out, you pull back, set your high screen and roll. Actually, your kick out option has now been able to run through with a down screen. Boom, you take your pick, you driving. Do you bend that curve or do you delay the action because they're playing underneath the screen and you're a shooter? Mark Sears, you're a shooter. Aiden Holloway. This team, I feel like, finally listened to some coaching last night, or this coaching staff finally did some coaching, because that was just basketball last night. And the threes, they benefited from a game plan that they want to play. We want to get up high volume threes. Well, let's run some off ball action off of the high screen and roll, so that guys can't just suffocate the shooters. Talk basketball, Coach Smook. I don't think they were ready, Deborah. I think completely opposite. They looked good in the first 6-minute stretch. They were able to bump a little bit. They were able to tempo it out. But we were able to stay consistent with our tempo game plan, our pace setting on the offensive side. And then if you look at the 50-50 numbers, it just look at the points in the paint. We allowed a lot of points in the paint, right? We allowed a lot of points in the paint, but their shot selection, 72 shots, we caused them to waste possessions by going 6 for 30 from the 3-point line, because we were able to effectively get up to 3 and run our offense. That was our best defense, staying pace with our offense. Offensive rebound numbers close. Defensive rebound numbers, limiting their possessions, making them play out of character. It was textbook. Able to force turnovers. Still got our double turnover numbers. And that's the thing. We didn't let the turnover differential get out of hand this game either. Our tempo caused turnovers a lot of times, because when we were pushing pace off of their makes, when we were pushing pace off of their free throw attempts, and we would score quick, they were trying to get the ball in quick. I think we got like 3 or 4 turnovers off of that at one point in a nice little 6-minute stretch. So this was a quality game by Alabama. Who do we have in the next round? Have they have we found out who we play in the next round? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I slept so good last night. Duke. We got Duke. What y'all think, man? Mark Sears in the game versus Cooper Flagg. Got the best of them earlier this year, didn't we? Didn't we beat Duke earlier this year? What's up, William? How you feeling? I like our matchup against Duke. Hey, you know what though? My bracket is screwed, but this Elite 8, I think I might be on point. I need to go check. We're going to check live. Chat, though, run the chat up. Give me your thoughts on last night's game. Mark Sears breaking the 3-point record. Let's go to that storyline before we talk about Duke, man. Definitely want to go to that storyline. Let me go back real quick. Y'all like this little setup, though? Y'all like this little setup? Let me see. Get that ugly mess outfit here. I don't want to see them by Auburn. They look good, man. Ugh. Don't say it again, Smook. Do not say it again. 25 threes, chat. That's crazy. All right, let's read the story. I like this ESPN write-up. Newark, New Jersey, up there where basketball hardwood is, right? Alabama broke the 35-year-old March Madness record for three-pointers with 25, and Mark Sears scored 30 of his 34 points on threes. That's 10 threes for those that need that confirmation of how many that is. A relentless long-range spree that ushered the second-seeded Crimson Tide past BYU 113-88 on Thursday night in an NCAA Tournament East Region semifinal. The Crimson Tide made 25 of 31 three-point attempts to break the record of 21 set by Loyola Marymount in a second-round game against Michigan in the 1990. Sears, a first-team All-American guard, hit the record-breaking 22nd three late in the game to make it 97-66. Woo. That's when I left. And then we got down here. He missed only 7 times against BYU. That's crazy. The basket was wide open last night for Alabama players. Let's go to the player stats, though. Let's go to the player stats. Let's highlight some of these guys, man. Look at some of these numbers. Cliff, let's look at his boards, man. Not as effective on the boards as we want him, but look who helped out. Grant Nelson. Grant Nelson probably has the X factor for me the rest of this tournament. I think the more we allow him to be free in the options of what the offense needs to develop into, especially playing off the ball, man. Getting him in that high screen and roll action where he's a relief. You know, he doesn't have to dive every time. He can fade, you know, catch the ball off of addition, triple threat. He's hitting his shot, right? Our bigs are actually, man, let's look at the three. Darian Reed. I mean, 0 for 1 last night, but he hit 2 big ones the other day. Aiden Sherrill hit 2 big ones last night. Like, our bigs that come off the bench in that high screen and roll action, when they are playing patient and they focus on setting a quality screen, that don't mean it's going to be, you know, cause the man to switch up. But if they can set quality screens and make the right reads, our bigs have been solid. Need to come in with the same game plan, effectively rebound. Go back. I need that comment back. I got it. Need to come in with the same game plan, effectively rebound, limit Duke to 1-shot possessions, and knock down our shots 100%. When we get down to break down Duke, because I'd rather do it on game day. I like having it tomorrow when we actually about to go and watch the game, because now we got a better sense of what's coming into the game. Cooper Flagg is probably going to see the best defensive effort from Grant Nelson, probably, right? I could see that matchup, or Jaren Stevenson. I think honestly, I'm going with Grant Nelson and Jaren Stevenson. Samuel Diabate, let him go in the second half, right? Like, it's going to take just to take that option away. He's not their best scorer to me, but to take that option away and to force them to use something different and make something else beat us. I like that philosophy. Yeah, I like that philosophy. Jaren Stevenson played a quality game last night. Not going to be a stat sheet stuffer, but you see his energy plays during the game. A lot of disruptive plays, right? Aiden Holloway had a quality game last night. Coming off the bench, man. Dropping 23. No, Aiden started last night, right? Did Aiden start last night? Starting 5, Chris Youngblood, man. I like that he's shooting with confidence. 5 of 11 from 3 is good, especially when you're hitting, like, we're taking 51 threes, chat. Like these, you don't take 51 bad threes. You don't take 20 bad threes if you're shooting 51 of them. Ball movement was great. BYU's rotations, like, yet some were contested. They were good shots. I like what we got from Alabama last night. So, with that being said, Alabama Duke is up next. I think we see a even more intense Alabama team defensive effort. I like the fact that this team is sort of playing with a chip on their shoulder. I like that this team is playing with a chip on their shoulder. I feel like they're embracing the whole role of being not necessarily villains, right? But the unsung, because even we as a fan base, let's be honest, we as a fan base have highlighted our concerns with our turnovers, our lack of defensive effort on the perimeter, right? Running guys off the three, and teams who don't mind sticking to their systems, who are disciplined, right, may not be the higher scoring teams, but they tend to pull Alabama out of character really quick. And I feel like Nate Oates finally went for the first time in a while. We saw him stick to his guns and not try to blend a philosophy. We're not an effective half court set team. It's okay if the other team is going to try to slow the game down, right? How do we speed the game up? You speed up tempo on offense. Whether you're hitting the shots or not, volume is key. It's a defense mechanism, right? You're speeding up possessions regardless. The shot clock is going to reset every change of possession. No matter if you do it 10 times in the game or 40 times, 10 times in a half or 40 times in a half. The shot clock is going to change. Force the possession game, right? Make a team that's used to making, taking 60 shots a game, make them take 90 shots, right? Make them take 90 shots because you're giving them 110 chances to take 90 shots from a philosophy standpoint. And I think Alabama really did that last night, especially from the 3-point line. Just you got to think this team they're getting 1 day in between game right now, then they get a week off, right? That's just time to get up shots. At this point, you're no longer practicing plays. You have your sets. You're adjusting your defensive scheme, right? Based off of your matchups that you have in the next round, but shots. And I don't think you should be leaving the gym without 50 made threes. Without 50 made, not just 50 attempted, 50 made threes. That's what I truly believe. So, shout out to Bama, man's Elite 8. Going to the Elite 8. 2 years in a row. Feels good, man. Bama football and Bama basketball still amongst the powerhouses. Bama baseball too. Softball, waking up. Baseball took an L the other day, but we'll rebound. My Braves took an L yesterday too, man. What's up, Travelpreneur? Yeah, Travelpreneur said we just hit another 3. Man, y'all should have seen me at that bar last night. I just kept throwing them up every time I saw a quality kick out. Travelpreneur, I just was throwing them up. Man, I need some water. Where my cup at? I need some water, y'all. All right, so let's transition. Let's talk about what we really came here to talk about. Shout out to the 56 in the chat. I haven't forgot about y'all. 24 on YouTube, 32 on Twitter. If you haven't already liked the stream, share it up for your boy. We want to get up to we want to keep our numbers growing. We did so good yesterday, man. It felt good. I don't know what it was. Was it the time or was it just because of recent events, right? Well, let's go ahead and let's transition. Let's go to our next topic. Alabama spring football post-scrimmage report. I've been able to digest a lot of the findings and a lot of the reports that I got from yesterday, chat. Right? And so, because of that, my assessment is a little bit more detailed, right? And I want to I don't want to stand corrected because I'm gonna stand on everything that I said yesterday. And I want to clarify some things as we get into this conversation. The Alabama quarterback battle, yes, there is a quarterback battle. I have never once claimed Keelan Russell to be QB1, right? Outright. I said I believe he will be eventually. I really do. Still, I think he will come out of the fall with a realistic notion to try it out and take the first snap of the season. I really do. Especially the way that practice is structured and the way that the scrimmage went yesterday. The evaluation standpoint is going to be so critical. And analytics are going to matter. Because we have 3 quarterbacks in this quarterback room that are just that good. And there's that small bit of separation. And you have to just allow time to see who's going to finally have a drop-off, because we're not seeing a drop-off from this quarterback room. We're not seeing a drop-off from any quarterback in the quarterback room. So we talk about stats yesterday, right? And this isn't official. This is just something that I confirm sources, right? Y'all know how I move. You have an overall 69% completion rate, right? You have, upwards of 60, right there, 60 pass attempts, right? Between 3 quarterbacks. That'll put you right at the 50 play. I think it was closer to 55 total pass attempts between the quarterbacks. And then you roughly, you got running plays. You factor in the 2 or 3 QB created plays, extended runs. So Randall Brooks, false. I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. Y'all. All right. I'm gonna keep on with my discussion, and then we'll get to it. Mary J, please get that off the screen. I hate fake news. I hate fake news. I hate fake news. I hate fake news. Please get that off the screen. I just do, man. I just do. Hold on. Let me see. Let me try something real quick. Hold on, chat. Let me do something. Oh, wow. Okay. But yeah, I hate fake news. I'm going to tell y'all. So in this quarterback battle, you have 3 quarterbacks who have not shown any drop off. And in my opinion, from an outsider looking in, somebody that's on the outside looking in and that understands a level of coaching when it comes to quarterback evaluation, right? And we've had multiple conversations across this platform with experienced players that have played the position at the collegiate level, at the pro level. We've had conversations with people that have defended the position. We have had conversations with people who coach the position currently in today's current game right now, right? And these are not just conversations. I mean, we have conversations with high school coaches, recruiting analysts about the quarterback position. And so when I look at it, and I have a red shirt junior in the room, and then I have a red shirt sophomore in the room, right, who's had basically 3 years in the system. And then I have a true freshman in the room, in the system, and they're all performing and excelling in each phase of the game at a progressively even rate. Not only does that showcase one, great quarterback development, but great recruiting, right? Great eye for recruiting and understanding what's needed to operate your scheme at a high level. But it creates a problem for a positive problem, a good problem for the coaching staff to say, hey, who can roll out and keep this going when it's time to go live and we don't see familiarity, we don't see controlled environment, who can roll that over? And you have to limit that in today's game. So that's the tricky part of evaluating. But from an outsider looking in standpoint, if I have a true freshman quarterback coming in, performing and excelling and progressing daily at the same rate as guys in front of me, I look at the ceiling of what that offense can possibly do, because there's a lot of hype around his skill set. And we know in detail what he does when the lights are on, right? At a high level of high school ball. We don't know what he does at the college level. But we've seen high school quarterback talent transcend to the college level when it's in the right scheme. It's happened. It is not foreign to the collegiate game anymore to see a true freshman quarterback step in year one and make Heisman-like impact, make, second year, third year starter like impact. And when you have the level of experience around a guy like Keelan Russell or Austin Mack, right? It's not easy. It's not hard to turn the page from a guy like Ty Simpson, who I believe is ready. Like, I believe we have 3 quarterbacks who are ready right now. I mean, literally, day one, I can close my eyes, look in this quarterback room, even with Cade Carruthers. I think it's Cade Carruth. Somebody help me. Cade Carruth. I can't say it. Too country. Anyways, but we have 4 quarterbacks in the room that I feel like we can win with. 3 quarterbacks for sure that and pick them in, put them in anywhere in the country right now. They have a great chance to start and play winning football. So that's point number 1. Point number 2 is skill sets. It's just some things that you can't coach, right? And that's natural athleticism. Cade Carruth, appreciate that, JT83. There's some things you just can't coach, right? The ability to extend plays, create plays, throw on the run, you can develop those things, but some like natural ability to do that and do it in phase and create value for the offensive skill set, play calling, right? That does something to offensive coordinators, because sometimes you have a situation like at Alabama where you have a struggling, maybe not a struggle. Let's not say struggling. I don't want to get worded. I don't want to get called out for saying that left tackles were struggling. But we have a left tackle, inexperienced situation at left tackle. Good morning, D Bama Swag. And you turn the tables and you say, okay, what if we get in a situation where the backside of the quarterback is just struggling and we can't continue to commit extra resources? We need somebody that understands and excels at moving the pocket and not losing efficiency and proficiency throwing the ball downfield in the vertical pass concepts. Who does that the best? How do we create that? How do we create that scenario multiple times for each quarterback in practice to evaluate that? Because at the end of the day, those are things that you have to prepare for as an offense coordinator, as a head coach, as offensive quality control pays attention to things like that. So when I look at those skill sets, they favor the skill sets of Austin Mack and Keelan Russell. What you're talking about, just giving quarterbacks time, letting them showcase arm talent, dissecting the defense, dissecting drop 8s, combo coverage, mixed coverages, right? Robert Reeds. I like Ty Simpson. I like it. It's coach's son, can dissect it. Arm talent's going to be there. Not going to beat us. Not going to beat you with impress you with the bombs every time. He's going to hit a guy in stride. That's one thing I love about Ty Simpson. He gives me Mac Jones timing. He gives me Mac Jones type timing with his ball. So let's look at the full spectrum of this quarterback battle and look at what the coaches have to evaluate too. What's our left tackle situation look like? What does our left guard situation look like? We're replacing a first round talent in Tyler Booker. I know we're confident in Geno Vandermark. I know we're confident in Rock Montgomery. I know we're confident in Cam Newberry, right? The transfer from A&M. How does that interior mesh? I'm very confident in the interior. Whichever guy they roll out with Parker Brailsford and Jaden Roberts on the interior, I'm confident. How does Wilkin Formby develop after having a tough season as a first-time full-time starter? Came back on the back end of last season and showed massive improvement, and still was splitting reps with Elijah Pritchard. I don't understand that. It worked out. It benefited in some games. We saw how, I think he performed well against Michigan at the end of the season, honestly. He won some good reps against a first-round talent. Won some good reps. So just looking at the overall spectrum of things, it just depends on how this spring ends. I mean, you got to account for injuries. You got to account for personnel available. All of that stuff before we just crown somebody. And I think what this staff will do, they will strongly lean towards what they end the spring with. They will strongly lean towards it, and they will start the fall with their end of spring evaluation, right? Meaning guys like Caden Proctor, Deontay Lawson, right? Veteran guys, senior guys, can't necessarily senior class, but veteran guys who have been in the program, who have played college football, veteran guys who are missing time right now, who have had a year in both systems in the scheme, right? Where they're going to have to utilize that fall prep to really climb back into the depth chart. And then for the QB battle, you got to think, man, I don't think the staff wants to take a QB competition into week 2 of fall prep. You're only going to get 3 weeks of fall prep, 15 practices of fall practice, and then you got week 1 prep. Week 0, we don't have a game. Week 1, we'll have our first game. So you get an extra week of practice for week 1 against Florida State. You don't want to go into week 2 of fall with a quarterback battle. So I think we'll get to see more evaluation in this next scrimmage, with the number of reps being divided between the 3 quarterbacks so evenly. The number of pass attempts, you look at the numbers, the amount of pass attempts, the completion percentages between all 3. I think it's a good telltale sign, and that's with personnel groups, first group with this all 3 different quarterbacks. That's a good sign, man. I think we're in a good position at the quarterback room. Why we can't uplift Simpson and Russell? I prefer. I got a question. Where have I once said Ty Simpson isn't the guy? Where have I once said I've debunked people saying that he is the guy? Because he's not the guy right now. I'm telling y'all right now, man. This quarterback battle is going to be one, and soon as we get to a situation where now you got, like today, let's say today you got film, right? Kalen DeBoer, Nick Sheridan, Ryan Grubb, QB coach, I forget who the QB coach, Coach Mitch, right? You get these guys in the film room. You're sitting there and you're evaluating reps from yesterday's spring scrimmage. This is the part where they're going to see next week how guys respond. What do you do to correct whatever mistakes? Because I think all 3 quarterbacks were limited in mistakes yesterday. Yeah, 1 short throw by a tie, but he makes it. He capitalizes with 2 TDs to Isaiah Horton, right? Austin Mack, one pass that was overthrown, missed a downfield look, but then he capitalizes with a quality touchdown pass. Keelan Russell just efficient in all his passes. Nothing, no touchdown passes, but basically I think 70%, 80% on passing. I mean, just taking what the defense is giving them with all 3 groupings, man. This is like all 3 quarterbacks doing this with no matter who you put on the field, what type of protection I seen. I'm still like consistent production by all 3. That's a hard thing to evaluate in the coaching staff. And I'm glad we got it. I'm glad we got it here at Alabama. This comment says, you said you just need to see who can take this offense to the next level, to the things that needs to be done. If we're struggling at left tackle going into the season, do I really want, and I'm not saying Ty Simpson is heavy-footed, but do I want him in that position for all 65, 70 snaps of the game? It doesn't fit his skill set, chat. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. Ty Simpson will eat any team alive. And I'm not saying you can't put Ty in RPO. No, he's very athletic, but that doesn't fit his skill set. Austin Mack, go look at his highlight film from high school. I don't think he threw a pass from the pocket other than verts and corners and posts. Everything else was on the run. He's used to that. He can revert back to that naturally. That's a skill set that he's used to. We saw Keelan Russell's skill set. And the vertical pass concept that he comes out of Duncanville fits the mold of Kalen DeBoer's system and scheme. And this is a guy that's been talking amongst, with the staff since, They recruited him and got his commitment. So this is a great competition, man. I can't wait for us to be able to know for sure, right? I'm gonna tell you, y'all will know when I know, y'all will know. Like when I know for sure, I will be screaming it to the mountaintops who the QB1 will be. Who the QB1 will be. Mary J, we got more than QB. Bama spring football, man. It's a lot to talk about. Not just the quarterback battle, man. Let's get into some more topics outside of quarterback battle. Wide receiver depth is crazy right now. Alabama wide receiver depth is crazy right now. I think our worry right now is what the media tries to make us worry about is the portal, right? The portal. Guys want to play. Guys want to. Not when you have a system and a scheme where you can go back before Jalen Milroe's stint under Kalen DeBoer, right? And it is offensive scheme. You saw where you had 17 different players with receptions. As a matter of fact, let's go do that. Let's go do some fact checking real quick. I think that year under Kalen DeBoer at Washington, Huskies 2023 football stats. Let's see. Let's go to 2023. Last year under Kalen DeBoer. All right, let's go to the reception stats. Let's count how many guys actually had receptions that year. Let's count how many guys had more than 10 receptions. Let's be realistic. 10 reception keeps a freshman happy, keeps a backup tight end happy, right? Let me get to this layout. All right, let's get to this one. Share my screen. Make it clean. Add to the stage. All right, this is the Washington Huskies 2023 receiving stats, right? 92 by Rome, Big X, Mdunza, 1,600 yards by him, right? Jalen Polk, 69 receptions, 1,100 yards. Jalen McMillan, their number 3 option, 45. The tight end had more receptions than the wide receiver. Similar production. Jeremy Bernard, who is then a sophomore. A sophomore then. 5th receiver option. Then you had Cope Cuevas, who's basically the 4th tight end, 4th tight end. Just guys over 10 receptions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys over 10 receptions, right? How many guys had over 10 receptions for Alabama last year? Let's look. Let's look. I can guarantee you it ain't more than 8. I can guarantee you it ain't more than 8, man. You know what? I might be wrong. Don't quote me. I don't know. I don't think it's more than 8, chat. More than 10? I might have got caught slipping, chat. Look. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys. Volume is the difference. 319 pass attempts by Jalen Milroe last year. And then I'm gonna show y'all Michael Penix Jr. Okay, that's the difference there. That's the difference. 200 more plus pass attempts. So then you open the door for more receptions, more yards, more receivers. 411 total receptions by the receiving corps at Washington the year. 488 total last year. Divided pass attempts, got 25 in there. So roughly we're going to just see a higher volume of pass attempts, quality passing production. When you got a wide receiver room with Rico Scott, Cole Adams, Jalen Hale is like your 4th, 5th, and 6th options, I think you're in good position. A lot of people want to know what's up with Ryan Williams. Let's talk about Ryan Williams. What's happening in spring ball with Ryan Williams? I'm gonna be honest. I think he's just getting great work right now. That's me. I think he's getting great work right now. I don't think he's having bad days, even at the scrimmage. I mean, nobody's talking about his catches, but it's getting thrown his way. He's making tough, contested catches, right? He's working in ones going against first round. He's going against first round talent. And Cam Calhoun, Damani Jackson. Top tier. I mean, guys, Deshaun Jones might go late second round, early second round when he enters the draft. And he's playing multiple positions. Ryan Williams is probably one of 3 receivers that's going to be working in every spot. Jeremy Bernard. I could see, guy like Bubba Hampton coming back healthy, working multiple positions, right? Cole Adams, Jalen Hale. So I look at where Ryan Williams is right now, his development. He's going into that sophomore year where he's been surrounded by more assets, more experienced assets. He's gained more experience. He got some guys that not necessarily have on-field experience, but are in a system for their second year. Guys that he came with that they've developed like a class chemistry, right? Recruiting class chemistry. Then you get a guy like Latsier Brooks that comes in, right? You have to. Latsier Brooks is the SEC's secret right now. And I think maybe only a few teams know about him, for real. Just like Jalen Waddle. A lot of teams didn't know about Jalen Waddle when Alabama put him on the scene as a true freshman. They knew how fast he was. They didn't know that he would be able to impact the game like he did. I think we see Jalen Waddle like impact from Latsier Brooks. And if you add Jalen Waddle, or let's do this. Let's fantasize for a minute. Mary J, give me a banner up that say Alabama wide receiver fantasy. Alabama wide receiver fantasy. Just imagine this, chat, for 20 seconds with me, or 2 minutes, however long we take this. Just add Ryan Williams today to Alabama's wide receiver room with Jalen Waddle as a sophomore. Right? That's Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, and don't forget John Mechie. John Mechie came in as a freshman that year. It's Waddle's sophomore year. And then let's add in that class with Mechie, let's add Ryan Williams. Come on, man. Imagine that. Imagine adding that Ryan Williams conversation. Like, add him to that room. And then just imagine Ryan Williams being in the 4th or 5th option in the wide receiver core. That's what Latsier Brooks gets to step into this year with Alabama's wide receiver room. Isaiah Horton is going to be a mismatch problem. He's going to be a matchup problem. If you ISO, if you try to go man, if you don't give safety help with Isaiah Horton, I don't care which quarterback it is, they're going to try it. And then you got to rotate, and then you got to match up with the route specialist, Jeremy Bernard, right? But what if you have a personnel formation where you go 13 personnel, right? Got your 3 wides, you got your 1 tight end, and you sit there and you match up, you split Josh Cuevas, or you split Danny Lewis, Marshall Pritchett. I think Marshall Pritchett is probably going to be more of our split Y asset because he's balling. The kid is physical. I didn't expect him to be that physical. He's very physical. Marshall Pritchett. Be on the lookout for the young Marshall Pritchett. But imagine that split set. You got X wide receiver. You got Isaiah Horton. In the slot, you got Ryan Williams. In that Z, you got Jeremy Bernard. Let's run a vertical concept. Let's run a smash concept. Put our tight end on a short corner, right? give our X receiver a option route based off the safety, and then run traditional smash on the right side. Get my Z receiver Jeremy Bernard, Mr. Shake and Bake. Get him in a hitch set, it curl set, whatever you want to call it. Let Ryan Williams get him a post corner look. Imagine that type of look, and that the way. But then you run that play, and then the very next play, you gotta go against a speed set of Latsier Brooks, Ryan Williams, and Cole Adams, right? Or we get in the red zone and we want to go big, so we go Isaiah Horton, Jalen Hale, Josh Quavers, Marshall Pritchett, 2 tight end set, put the 2 big wide receivers. Or we're in our red zone set 20, 25 and in, right? 30 and in. And we want to see radius. We want to see radius catches. So you got a set with Rico Scott, Jalen Hale, Isaiah Horton, right? And then you still got to account for what's coming out of the backfield with Jam Miller, Richard Young. Like this, there's a lot of weapons to be utilized in the wide receiver room that makes you think a lot. And then you still have to account for other assets outside of that. So I can't wait to see what this wide receiver room produces. Jalen Mbakwe, jet sweep action. Bubba Hampton, jet sweep action all day. When he gets back healthy, I can't wait. I don't think we're remembering how fast Bubba is. Bubba's one of the faster receivers in the room too, out of Texas, man. The wide receiver room is very deep with talent, and they're going to get a very good secondary. Give me a banner, Mary J. The secondary looks great. The secondary looks fantastic. This is probably the most talented secondary room I've seen at Alabama in years, from top to bottom. Let me go pull up a graphic for y'all so y'all can see what I mean. Like, our secondary is I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. The fact that we were able to retain Damani Jackson, go in the portal and convince a guy like Cam Calhoun to buy into coming over here. You keep a transfer in Cam Howard, right? You get Ivan Taylor in this class. You retain, you find a diamond in the rough in Bray Hubbard last year, and you retain him, right? You see his growth. You get Keon Sabb coming back from an injury. You got a hidden talent and hidden gem and Drake Kirkpatrick and Red Morgan. You're gaining confidence in their development and being boundary guys. You're going to get Dijon Lee in this class. You get him enrolled early. He's showing up, getting reps with the ones. You get Chuck McDonald in this class, who will be showing up in the fall. He fits the mold of the big defensive back, long, lengthy guys that have range. In the secondary, you got Zay Mincy, who's showing, excelling at all positions wherever you put him in the secondary. Right? Let me get these graphics up, man. Let me stop playing with y'all. Get these graphics up. We're gonna go by position. The defensive backs, man. Let's just walk it down. I'm gonna share the tab. Let me go here. Let's add this to. For real, I worry about the O-line. I think we're gonna be fine. I really do. They ended, like yesterday, our left tackle position. It was just seeing so many different people having to work there is worrisome, but at the same time, it gives you confidence that we have a lot of flexibility. And in a real game, you got to think you'll be able to flex off of that. Good coordinators can flex off of that. You can adjust to that. You find the best available. It's not going to be trash. It might not be the best. It might not be to the standard that we are expecting, but it'll be there. Secondary, man. The Damani Jackson coming back, like I said, modern day. Look at the prestige of our secondary. A modern day graduate, a modern day high school kid. Xavier Brown, a modern day kid who's played a true freshman starter last year, right? Keon Sabb, IMG. We know what comes from IMG, right? Played his last 2 years at IMG, I believe. Dijon Lee, we just got done talking about big Dijon, number 5. Mission Viejo. Another Cali Connect. Prep ball like Cam Howard, St. Francis. If you haven't heard of St. Francis Academy out of Maryland, you better go do your research. As a matter of fact, go on YouTube. They got some quality content around them boys. Them boys play good football. They go down to Florida and get busy with them Florida boys every year. Deshaun Jones, Mount St. Joseph out of Baltimore. That's quality. Cam Calhoun. Not too familiar with Whitten Woods, but definitely familiar with what Utah has produced. And he was a starter over there as a red shirt freshman, second year guy. Played as a freshman. I think had to get redshirted because of his injury. Came back, started last year. Here's the portal, comes to Alabama. Zay Minson, we already know what he brings to the beach. Florida boys. Range, 6'3". Not the high, look at our defensive back room. Your shortest guy is a strong safety, Cam Howard. But he's pushing that 6 foot mark. Look at the guys, just 6'1", 195, 6 foot, 6'1", 6'4", and Dijon Lee. That's crazy to be a pure corner at 6'4". And can possibly hit another growth spurt. Imagine being a 6'5" pure corner, chat. Have we seen that? A 6'5" pure corner. A lot of people don't think he can do it, but wait until y'all see it. Wait until y'all see it live in action. And I ain't just talking about in scrimmages. I'm talking about in action on game day. We're going to see it. We're going to see a 6'7" receiver at LSU this year, I think. Is it LSU that has the 6'7" guy, or is it South Carolina? One of them schools got a 6'7" wide receiver. Dijon Lee might get an assignment week. Hey, freshman, go out there. You mirror him. White on rice. You're traveling today. This scheme allows him to do that. Zay Mincy, 6'3". Ivan Taylor, 6 foot, 195. He looked like an NFL DB too. Red Morgan. Man, if we can get Red Morgan up to 190, whew, that's better than 170 from last year. Ray Hubbard, 6'2". Dre Kirkpatrick, I think he more 6'1", but they saying 5'11", right? And then a lot of these other guys. Oh, can't forget my guy Elijah May. We're going to see 38 in the scrimmages. Chase Davis, same thing. 6'1". Those two guys, Prince Butler also. Those guys right there, they may be walk-ons. They may not be premier names, but man, you're talking about creating depth just with numbers, having a lot of assets available with quality guys. They may not be scholarships guys, but these guys can go, man. They're the reason why our wide receiver room, I think our wide receiver room will probably be the best because of how deep the defensive back room is with talent, man. And it's a lot of guys that are not going to show up as ESPN top 300 guys, but when you turn on the tape, man, it's hard not to say that they are, who they are. Which is quality guys, chat. Which is quality guys. So we're going to go into a quick little intermission, 2-minute intermission. And when we come back, we're going to open the floor for conversation in the chat, open the phone lines for conversation for y'all to get on the phone lines and chop it up with your boy, get in the game with your boy, Coach Smook. There goes the alarm. Look at that. See, I'm on time. Look at us. We're trying to have the show done by 9:15, y'all. 9:15. So if you're trying to get on the line, we're going to open it up here in about 3 minutes. Tap in. We got another topic of conversation. And before we go into this intermission, guys, they say we got 40 watching and only 22 likes on YouTube. Run the likes up on the screen. Tap the like on the screen. Even if you don't agree with my takes, you can still like the content. You're here enough to listen to it and argue with it. You might as well like it. That's what it's here for. Create conversation, create thoughts, create some perspective with the facts, because that's all we talk is facts, and we create our opinion off of the facts. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Ivan Taylor, how real is he about Bama? I think Ivan Taylor is locked in. I don't know where this narrative is about him. People pushing him towards Miami or whatever. I think Ivan Taylor is on the right track to be a true sophomore. I don't think he's going to be able to redshirt this year. We'll be able to use him. I think he's going to be used in that secondary. His skill set, especially playing in the box as a Husky rover type body. Even as a free safety in the robber technique, I think he's going to be able to excel. So don't forget to run the likes up in the chat. Listen, we're going to get into this quick intermission, man. I don't know if the new video uploaded or not. It won't upload it because it's a 3-minute video. It won't render correctly. It hasn't. So I'll put y'all on the intermission screen, and we'll be right back. Y'all listen to this fire beat by Sifu Beats, Dooley Gang the Fam, man. And don't forget that this stream is powered by the AAA family, Yon Clothing, and Men of Standard Executive Security. Appreciate y'all for being partners and supporting the Coach Smook Network. And I appreciate each and every one of the AAA members. Don't forget to go follow your boy on all socials. And don't forget, we have generous donating opportunities in the chat. Bot Ricks will get you hooked up with that. Take advantage of that if you like. Remember, you can become a member of the AAA family by clicking the join link provided to you by moderators, or you can go to the description on the YouTube channel and check it out. So take advantage of all those options. Appreciate y'all for being here. And with that being said, we'll be back and put y'all in the game here on the Coach Smook Network. Love y'all. We'll be right back. Weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
Not going to take us a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Let's go, chat. I hope y'all are ready for the call-in segment, the open chat segment here on the Coach Smook Network. Give me y'all thoughts, man. Everything that we talked about today, spring ball, everything that you could think of, man. Call in, share your thoughts. We want to hear it here on the Coach Smook Network. But as we wait for your thoughts, run up the comments. As we wait for the call in, run up the comments, y'all. Run up the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Alabama QB battle. What's your real thoughts on it? And I know a lot of people think I'm biased. I'm not against Ty Simpson. I've proven that 3 years in a row now. 3 years in a row. I've been criticized. And we can confirm this. I've been criticized for saying that I believe that if Ty Simpson, if Jalen Miro doesn't have a solid game, that Ty Simpson would take over at the helm and not give the reins back to Jalen Miro. I've been criticized for making that proclamation, chat. So for people that think that I'm against Ty Simpson, it's kind of weird. I hear it ringing, but it's not allowing me to answer. Oh, there it is.
Call from Zach Willie. To accept, press 1. To send.
Yo, Zach, what's up, man? You in the game? Talk to me, man.
What's good, Coach Smook?
Man, nothing much, man. Good to hear your voice again today, man. How you feeling about that win last night?
I like it.
Talk to me, man. The floor is yours, brother.
Yeah. Yesterday when I was saying 20, 30 points, I was leaning with you. I thought it'd be an 8 to 10 point game. The 20 to 30 point I thought would be like in a perfect type scenario, and I didn't expect us to go off and set a tournament record for made threes, for 3-point pimps. Mark Sears had a record for made threes in a Sweet 16 game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect all of that to happen.
Man, listen, Zach. I wasn't surprised by, I guess, the win. I say
Right.
the performance, though, like you said, is what made me feel like, okay, boom. And this is kind of similar how this team started to roll last year. And if we be honest, and I'm just dawning on this thought, Zach. This is why I love the phone call segment, because it's good to talk to people and create conversation. I think Alabama plays to the teams, down to their team's level or up to their team's level. And last night, I think we played our brand of basketball for the first time in a long time. I think we just played our game, and it forced BYU out of their game. And that entailed, it bought us the victory, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, and I agree with you. We shut down their 3-point shooting. They didn't really start hitting threes until the game was out of hand. And you gotta condone Mark Sears, Phylon, Holloway, Youngblood, Stevenson, Amore, Grant. You just got to give it up to them for going in and playing up to our standard of basketball for the first time in a long time, and I'm proud of those guys for doing that.
You know, it was good to see Max Tranowski get on the floor too to close the game out, man. It was good to see Max get out there, number 45. Just from a health standpoint, man. A lot of people don't know who that is. Just his injury towards the beginning of the season. We were expecting big man numbers from him, right? Just being another body, but he's just getting back healthy. Just to see him on the floor, felt good. But what else were you going to say, Zach?
Yeah, and I'm happy for the guys. And to go with the quarterback battle, I'm excited. I'm glad that all the quarterbacks are doing well and being consistent. I mean, we expected this. Now, what we're waiting to see is who's going to come in and step up and separate themselves. Can Ty Simpson do it? I mean, yes, he can do it, but he hasn't done it, and that's the difference. That's what we have been harping on about him. Is we know he's talented. He just has to come out and show and earn the starting position.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't done that quite yet.
Yeah, and I think, well, let's look at this. Let's say we come out of yesterday's scrimmage. In my opinion, I think we come out of yesterday's scrimmage with a good idea of who Alabama's QB1 is, right? And I think right now it's Ty Simpson. Now, if you show up next week and he has a similar performance, but you see Austin Mack progress, and looking at the standpoint from just look at evaluation, I don't think there was any separation in saying Ty Simpson deserves to be ahead in the race. He just came into this season, this camp, as a presumed veteran QB1 leader. Okay, that's safe to presume, and that's accurate. If you go into scrimmage number 2 and you get the same production from Ty, you get the same missed look or the same missed pass, but you see Austin Mack correct something that he messed up on from last scrimmage, and you see Keelan Russell correct something that he messed up from last scrimmage. Now, what's the storyline? Now are we just saying, well, Ty's doing just good enough? No, just good enough isn't the best. We want the best quarterback to be out there on the field. And I feel like how you correct your mistakes and continue to progress is how you do that. And if you correct your mistakes presents bigger more big play opportunities, more efficient execution and running of the offense. The communication is clear when it's communicated through you. That's what I think is ultimately going to establish that. And I don't think our freshman quarterback is struggling with that. I don't think our second year, third year redshirt sophomore is struggling with that. And I don't think our fourth year redshirt junior is struggling with that. I think this quarterback room is doing just right. It's about what's going to develop as we continue to let this quarterback battle transpire.
And I agree with you. I agree, and I'm excited to see what happens. You know, and I have my idea of who I think could win the starting job going into the fall, and I could be wrong, and I would love to be wrong, but I just don't know yet. You know, because there's.
You say you would love to be wrong?
Huh?
You say you would love to be wrong?
Yes, because that means the other two quarterbacks stepped up and outperformed my expectations for them.
Okay, so who do you think?
Keelan Russell.
You think Keelan?
And that's just who I think right now, which I haven't really sat down and watched the practice footage to see anything or to see where everybody is at.
Well, so, I'm gonna tell you right now, we're not going to get any practice footage surrounding this QB battle. That's why I think this conversation too. This is something that I want to open up to the phone lines too, Mary J. Hot moment nugget. Alabama spring A-Day format. Your thoughts on it, Zach? What do you feel about it being open practice viewing? What do you feel about that's what it is? Alabama spring A-Day open practice viewing to the fans. It's literally open to everybody. And I need to clarify something before you go, Zach. Can okay. Let me see if I could get a zoom in look for the camera. No, we're good. We're zoomed in enough. I need everybody to understand this. A-Day is not. They're not charging for A-Day. A-Day itself is free. It's still free, just like it's always been. What's happening with A-Day now, if you want to get on the field for not interviews, for autographs, you have to be a Yay Alabama member. And you can purchase a Yay Alabama, and then you can add on the autograph signing package. And I think it's only like $15 or something like that, somewhere in between there, to join a Yay Alabama. Is $18 a month to become like a basic member, I guess. I don't know. But I definitely already put in. I said we're talking with the team, and we want myself and members of the team to be members of Yay Alabama. And so we're going to see what we got to do to support these players at the minimum level. And as we continue to grow, we become massive contributors to our NIL fund here at the Coach Smook Network.
Right.
Ding. Somebody. What? Yeah. Look. You heard what I said, man. Stop playing. But nah, man, I'm so serious about just wanting to support these young men and continue to do it. But what do you think about the A-Day open spring practice?
I'm excited for it. It brings something new and fresh to the whole A-Day experience. Because the old style of A-Day was fun and everything, but I like sometimes change is good, and so I'm excited for it, and I'm excited to see what kind of and where we go from here, moving forward.
100%, Zach. Anything else for us?
No, sir.
All right, man. Last words, and we'll catch you on the next one, brother.
Roll Tide, my AAA family. I'll holler at y'all later, and Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, Zach. Hey, don't forget, man, tomorrow, Alabama versus Duke, man. Don't forget, we got to be ready. Alabama versus Duke tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, you have a good one, Zach.
All right, you too.
All right. Yes, sir. Zach Willie on the line, chat. Zach Willie on the line, getting it in. Hey, call in 334-625-1121. 334-625-1121. Call in. Share your thoughts here on the Coach Smook Network. Trying to see what's going on with this background. Okay, there it is. Shout out to the big 90 in the chat between both platforms. We got a like on the stream on Facebook, my brother Kyle. I see you taking off over there on TikTok with your content, man. I see you over there, bro. Congrats, man, on pursuing your journey. It's funny. I did not know. I never realized how many people, like, when I started doing content creation in general, how many people now, they'll come back and I look at the messages. I never want to be like, I started up, but you never know who's watching you. People that watch me go from doing Warzone from on my Xbox and my at-home desktop. I was using an at-home desktop to try to stream, and I went to a MacBook Air and it just wasn't working. Somebody saw my potential. They said, hey, go get this, and this. Gambled on life and bought my first PC, and that's what started this content creation journey. And then it just kind of rolled into this. You know, I never asked to be on anybody's platform. I never asked to be on anybody's show. You know, I just talked football. I just started talking, and I started saying to myself, well, I like how they do it. Let me try it. So I tried it, and it started to catch wind, and people started to see that. And yesterday, I got to think about this journey, man. You know, seeing a lot of stuff that I saw yesterday, during, you know, at the scrimmage, and just talking to people, you know, shaking hands with people that like really matter. Knowing that, you know, and finding out a lot of people that, and this is no shade, a lot of people that speak and talk about me on Twitter and other social sites, like they really don't matter. You know, they claim to know this person, know that person, but you know, yesterday was a lot of confirmation. And I had a great day yesterday, just interacting with all of those personnel, man. All those personnel. It was kind of heartwarming to see like the players texting after the game. You know, shout out to all my boys who had great practice yesterday. I think both sides performed well. But just to be in this position, I'm so grateful. You know, shout out to my mentors, man. There's some mentors in this game that, you know, I can't wait till I cross that bridge and we're publicly, you know, just showing people the type of work that we were putting in behind the scenes. It's going to be an awesome journey. It's going to be an awesome journey as we continue to grow here on the Coach Smook Network. And I know a lot of people like, man, his style is changing. It has to be. We're evolving. We're not changing. We're evolving. We're still authenticity above all. It's still all about community. It's and about growth. And so I'm gonna continue to grind and keep our foot on the gas. Right. We got team members that's really trying to open up space to really, you know, provide their input on the growth of this network. I know we've been hyping up BT for the last couple of weeks. Timing is everything. We don't want to just rush out a product. You see what happens when people rush out a product, right? They start something and they get a little hype because it's surrounded by drama, and then it dies off. We're not that. We haven't been there. We're not going to be that. We're never going to be that. So regardless if we have 12 in the live or if we have 212 in the live, we're going to give the same energy. We're going to give the same facts. We're going to see the same authenticity. And we're going to continue to evolve. Shout out to my sister, Deborah. Always showing love. Get that wristband, Deborah. Somebody get this Deborah a wristband. Playing with her. Don't forget, though, chat. Remember to run up the likes on the stream as you check out. Listen, this is our closeout right here. We're sitting at an hour and 35 right here on the brink, on the end of the Coach Smook Network. I thank y'all for tuning in, for real, man. I didn't mean to go on that last minute rant right there. It's just sometimes you feel it. And I appreciate y'all, for real. I really do. But if you haven't already, make sure y'all go check out the clothing apparel. We got our merchandise here on the Coach Smook Network. Support the AAA family, man. It's going to help us continue to grow. more people see us out in our gear, the more exposure we get, right? Trying to get that exposure, right? Definitely want to take advantage of adding people to the family, growing the network, making people know where to come for their quality, creative, informative content, right? And then I think today we'll go ahead and load up and get some gaming, try to get some gaming content live. I haven't really been gaming, so be on the lookout for that. Jordan making a quality announcement, one of our moderators here, official mods on the network. Oh, we had some people tap in yesterday, right? Ask about being mods. Moderation for the Coach Smook Network is real tight right now. I'm telling y'all, we are very protected, not because of drama. We just want to push out a good quality product. And they've been doing this group. First group was a lot of drama and a lot of mess. This group right here, top notch. Creating our own way. We doing it our way too. We don't do it like a lot of other content creators. We do it our way. And I love it, man. But Jordan says, y'all, Coach Smook usually posts shorts from the live. Be sure to go like and interact with those, even though you were here live with us. Facts, especially if you were here live. That's even better. And then what I'm going to start doing is, like, we have shows after this one in our midday shows where we're kind of talking small talk. We got an open forum. We'll be able to start VODs and everything with shout outs, comments on shorts and everything. So, and then I start doing shorts replying to comments. So it's going to be fun, man, to see it grow. And y'all, I'm not claiming to be famous or nothing, but it was pretty cool yesterday stopping at y'all know where Broadway Joe's is, the gas station in Tuscaloosa, like coming out of Tuscaloosa. Stopping at Broadway Joe's. Love y'all. Hey, if you haven't already, make sure you like, share, subscribe on the stream on YouTube. If you are on Facebook, like, react to the stream. If you're on Twitter, retweet that mug over there on Twitter. React to it on Twitter. Show some love. If you haven't, go follow me on all socials at Coach Smook on every major social media platform. That's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Kick, Twitch. I almost did a lame flashback move, but I ain't gonna do it. Anyways, and also don't forget to check out some of our team members, man. We got Hall of Fame Jason, who comes through and checks Hall of Fame sports with Jason Watkins, Hall of Fame college football with Jason Watkins. Go check him out on YouTube. He's an Oklahoma Sooner insider analyst, journalist, I guess, content creator. But he's expanding, getting outside of Oklahoma, and we've been collabing lately. Go check out Gridiron Sites, right? That's my brother Marcus Den and his crew. Go check them out. They talk a lot of high school recruiting and NIL topics. We'll be having them on soon. Make sure y'all check out Crimson Tailgate, right? We're gonna have Clint Lamb on. Me and Clint's schedule suck. That's my bro. We apologize to each other more than we just be like, what's up, bro? Because we cross paths and want to collab. And it's like timing is just crazy right now. Shout out to Deborah for renewing her membership, joining the AAA family, rejoining. She said she had left her wristband on the counter. She went back to the crib, put it back on, came back to the club. Now she back. Shout out to Deborah, man. Appreciate you, Deborah, for showing love to the family and supporting the Coach Smook Network. Because you know that's what it's all about, Deborah. Let me see, do I got one of these? Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, shout out to Deborah. Appreciate you, Deborah. Who wins tomorrow? What you mean? Do you really gotta ask me, brother? Coach Smook, you gonna ask Coach Smook who wins tomorrow? Come on, man. I know this ain't football season, but this is the Alabama athlete over here. We ready. I'm ready. So, chat, if you're ready to see that Alabama Crimson Tide roll tomorrow, y'all run the likes up in the chat. Appreciate y'all for being here today. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Love y'all. Roll Tide. AAA family, much love. Authenticity above all. SOS. Stay blessed.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Hit hard like a tackle, making plays, I'm about to break some. Kick me off the ball, I run it back, I'm about to shake some.